Samruddhi House, a very compact house located in the city of Surat in the suburban areas. The house was the original house of the clients. They used to live here and they wanted to expand with the expanding needs of the family. A house which is almost around on a plot of 40 feet by 50 feet, having requirements of all the state-of-the-art facilities that today's modern house requires. Though the plot was a very compact plot, but the client wanted to have 4 proper bedrooms and 1 multipurpose hall. There was also requirement for a puja space, regular requirements of dining, kitchen and other aspects. Located on a very narrow lane of 20 feet wide, that's almost 6 meters. A parking for 3 cars was also coming as a part of the requirement. Apart from that, it was also mentioned by the client that they would like to have a Vastu compliant house. With south facing and the north and the east being blocked by the rear and the side common wall, it was really a challenge for us to address all these requirements. So on a plot which was at measuring at approximately around 190 square meters, the total built up that was required by the client was around 400 square meters. So almost more than double was the requirement of the client. With the facing of the house on the south side, it was very important to take a sideways entry so that it complies with the norm of having an east-west entry. So we took this entire staircase which leads to the higher ground floor to the first level, and from there the entry was designed. With a very compact floor plate that we had, we positioned the staircase in the center of the floor plate so that we are using least amount of circulation area even at lower and the upper level. So the floor plate was only giving us 4 quarters of the plan to be used as some sort of dedicated space, and the central space kind of became more of a transition and a circulation space. With south exposure on the front facade, it was also important for us to screen the front facade, and screening the front facade was also important from the visual perspective. We also wanted to maintain the privacy of the indoors, but at the same time wanted to create an environment which was not completely confined. So that's why this entire idea of a screen balcony, which also allows a circular peeping window on the corner of the house, that's on the southwest corner, which also allows the wind naturally to come from the street itself. And that allowed the breeze to flow into the living area and thus going into the courtyard and finally kind of rising up as it used to get hotter and getting exhausted from the north side or from the upper part of the courtyard. The large circular opening is actually suspended from the upper level. It is structurally supported in terms of a suspended RCC member, which was given kind of stabilizing support from the sides also. So it was also in a way a challenge. It is a composite construction that we have done from MS fabrication and concrete. The double height volumes of the front balcony forming the facade were also kind of patterned with brick jali plus cut bricks as a part of the facade, so to kind of give a sort of a stitching look to the entire facade. On the higher ground floor level, we have dining space, which is an extension of the courtyard. The kitchen space, which is again coming on the front side, and the services of the kitchen were important to be shielded from looking at the front elevation. and we have one bedroom, which is the parent bedroom on the main level, so that there is enough of interaction with the common passages and common areas also.
From the parking to court, tree plantation is there. So it is a natural tree plantation from the ground floor only. कि हम जब भी कोर्टयार्ड को देख रहे हैं तो वो हमको पॉटेड प्लांट नहीं चाहिए, वो हमको नेचुरल सॉइल में से उसका ट्री प्लांटेशन आना चाहिए.
We wanted to ensure that the trees that we are trying to bring into the court are kind of having enough of growth. That's how the entire courtyard over a period of time will start becoming more and more lush green. So addition of plantation at the balcony, near the staircase and in the courtyard also kind of gives a very natural feel to the entire space.
सर्विस बात करें हम लोग तो देयर इज अ स्टेयरकेस इज देयर, वन लिफ्ट इज देयर and one another stair is for the backyard. There is a for the servant entry and you utilize the direct wash area and kitchen part.
When we go to the second level, that is what we call as the first floor level. So the one is a master bedroom with a walk-in wardrobe. And another one is bed space for the daughters. And they wanted to have them to get the advantage of a small balcony also and suite spaces also. Another interesting thing about this house is the way interaction happens at different levels. So we wanted that the court also acts as a major interaction space, and that's why staggering in the section was also done. There were transition spaces which can be used as study area, as music riyaz area, as puja space, or just like a Jarokha balcony were added at different levels. The second floor level has one bedroom and a study space. Now this study space is basically a home office. With the learnings during the pandemic, this requirement came into being. The Jarokha, which is overlooking the courtyard and the study space on the first level, is a very interesting interactive element. The bedroom is an additional bedroom, can be used as a guest bedroom also, or maybe for the growing up daughter at a later stage, with an extension of balcony towards the south side and a terrace which is a common terrace on the northern side. So the idea was to have as much as breakout spaces, or for that matter the courtyard itself, which brought in the natural elements of light and also view to the surroundings. The exposed brick and exposed concrete were the two major materials that were used as a part of the architectural language. Apart from that, we also wanted a lot of play to happen, the play of solid and voids, the play of patterns, and at the same time we also wanted to explore the material strength of both these materials. So it was not only for aesthetic purpose but also for the structural purpose that these materials were used. The brick had various elements like the brick jali, the brick patterns, and the brick's residual material was also used for making of handles and as wall claddings at places.
जो आरसीसी एक्सपोज आरसीसी जो वॉल बनी है, इट इज़ नॉट ओनली फॉर द एक्सपोज आरसीसी वॉल, इट इज़ अ टेक्निकल वॉल because of the twin house is there. So ideally જ્યારે બે બંગલો સાથે હોય છે, that time the cracks and the developing the seepages, so it is the protect to the RCC wall, and each side is there. So we create some art wall, the carved art wall is there. It is landscape material, so it is the tree and the lotus flower is there.
When we kind of respect the condition, the context, the climate, we can come up with really engaging spaces. And at the same time, we also started adding certain spaces and additional requirements of the clients, which were coming out as a part of the learning from the pandemic. So I think this house is a complete package of aspirations of the client and the situations that we face as architects and how we respond to it.